The following is a production of the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Hi folks, Brian Rushing here with you back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Here beside of me is Nick Stafford, junior golfer here from Belmont, North Carolina. He is heading to the South by Southeast Regional for the NCAAs as it will be held at the Fighting Joe Golf Course at the Shoals in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Nick, thank you so much for your time. An opportunity for you to continue on what has been a very successful year. 4 individual wins on the courses this year. You put together some extremely solid numbers. How does it feel knowing that you're going to the regional coming up Monday through Wednesday in Muscle Shoals, Alabama?
Well, on Friday when I got the call from my coach, it was kind of a sign of relief after having the year that I had last year and not making it. This year, hopefully I can go down there and play well and kind of push through to a national. So
you had the opportunity of being voted as the Conference Golfer of the Year in Conference Carolinas. You put together a solid conference tournament showing. It wasn't enough for the team to get into the national tournament, but as an individual, you were able to go there. As you start making your preparations for this tournament, what were some of the keys that you were wanting to stress in your game heading into Muscle Shoals for the regional?
Well, the golf course is going to be playing particularly long, so I stressed long irons, short game, and I've worked on driving the ball a little straighter this week, and as far as I possibly can. So hopefully it'll make a longer golf course play slightly shorter for me.
Now, when it comes to playing in the Southeast Regional, you'll be doing it as an individual. That's going to be a little bit different than the team standpoint, where there are going to be teams out there working on their 5 golfers trying to put as low a score as possible together. From your perspective, you would have much rather had your team go as a grouping to the South by Southeast Regional. But with this, you get to focus primarily on your game and on your scores. Is that something that's going to be a little bit of a transition for you, or do you feel like that this is something that's right up your alley?
I think this is going to be more up my alley. I'll be able to, practice the way that only I want to practice without having 5 or 6 other people kind of, working together. It's going to be different without having them there, but hopefully we can come back stronger next year and make it there as a team. I think that'll be a pretty cool experience.
Once you get to Huntsville, Alabama, you'll make the short drive to the Robert Trent Jones line of golf courses. The Fighting Joe is at the Shoals. What are some of the things that once you get into your practice round that you're going to be keying on to give you some indication as to how well you really might measure up on this course?
Well, first off, I'm going to look where I can miss the ball around the greens. Typically with a long golf course, there's going to be areas that are easier to get up and down from if you're not hitting the best iron shots. Second off, I'm going to be taking very close attention to detail on the greens. So where if I get down there and I am hitting the ball well, I can use my notes from practice rounds and things like that to hopefully capitalize on some good shots and some good scores.
Once you step onto the tee box for the first hole of the 2017 Southeast Regional in Muscle Shoals, I would imagine there's going to be a lot going through your mind, maybe even some nerves. What are some of the things that you're anticipating being on your mind at that point, and how are you going to be able to sort of settle in and have those nerves not really play a role in your rounds?
I don't necessarily try to keep the nerves out. I think the nerves are good for me especially. It kind of gets my adrenaline going, which makes me focus a little harder. And I'm going to use those nerves to go out there and play like I'm hungry, play to try to win. So hopefully I can go out there and play well.
With an opportunity for 2 individual qualifying positions into the national tournament, I would imagine that you want to get off to a fast start. We know one thing for sure, you're going to be blogging throughout the course of the tournament, kind of giving us an idea of what the tournament is going like for you and how you feel like your chances are going throughout the tournament. So it's something that we're going to be able to see here on www.abbeyathletics.com, and I'm excited to see what it is that you're able to do in the Southeast Regional. Nick, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Folks, don't forget, for stats, standing stories, of course, the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, and things like Nick Stafford at the South by Southeast Regionals that will be taking place next Monday through Wednesday in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Your home for the Crusaders can be found at www.abbeyathletics.com. That's www.abbeyathletics.com. For Nick Stafford, this is Brian Rushing.